Okay, the second to last top 1% video, the Twisted Turnpike. This one has some spicy bridges. Bridges in quotation marks, of course. Starting it right off. So this level, they both go at the same time. When this guy gets to here, there's a hydraulic phase, and then he continues. We're not bothering with that. This is just a big ass dangly noodle, and this guy's gonna fall into here, and the other guy can drive over him. This was number one by like a few $100s when I made it. I imagine the previous number one was a similar strategy, but two other people have overtaken me. Hey look, noodles. I wasn't thinking about it when I made this bridge, but if I put the hydraulics on the left side instead, see I have this weight here to weigh that down. Hydraulics are actually heavier than the ropes, so that would have helped weigh this side down a bit, and I might have saved some money. But once I got it working, I just screw it, move on to something else rather than totally redo a noodle. Whee! Fifth place, top 1%. You're gonna see a lot of the same names near the top. So this level, this is the one where you need to be able to have the bridge at any point be at the top, middle, or bottom. So our pivot point is here, that we're holding with this funky tension thing. What saved so much money, there's two things actually. One was having these little road catches, and especially having this one participate in the tension. And the other one, having this little tension from the wood so that I can move these points into more advantageous positions to save some money. And we just have two little hydraulics here. This one compresses, this one expands. So when this one compresses, this comes down to here. And when we have this one expanding, it comes up to here. Surprisingly, the golf cart isn't, like, atrocious on this level. Keep going. Got a wall brace, just friction for that road holding it up. Keep on. Number one. Oh, looks like Bacon just tied us. Tied for number one. Top 1%. So this is the level where you have to have your hydraulics extend a bridge across here. And we just kind of have it balancing. It rotates, wobbles a little. You could save a fair bit of money on this one, but I didn't really figure out a design to do it, so I'm sitting at 10th. Top 1%, but first place is saving 2,000 bucks. I really couldn't quite figure it out. The gallery doesn't have anything. The gallery does have, if you look in the braking solutions, there's some very low ones. That's because, unfortunately, falling road is a thing, so waiting for hydraulics and some falling road just hit this guy and fling him across. I'm not going to bother with any falling road, regardless of whether it's budget. Oh, this one, another great example of where sometimes optimizing hydraulic levels isn't as fun as just doing the levels. Essentially, what has to happen is this guy has to go up here, then this guy has to go up here, then I think yeah, then this guy continues, then this guy continues. So first we need to pivot the bridge around this so that it goes that way. Then we're going to pull with this to rotate the bridge from here up to here. And then it needs to pivot once more like that. And our pivot is this dumbest contraption ever. It's a counterweight that's a hydraulic, which for some reason works. Don't ask me. So that contraction for some reason makes the counterweight work a bit better. And then there we're pulling with this one, and that one resets and then does its counterweight thing again. Seventh place, top 1%. Ah, the level where you get 4 pre-placed roads and then you can place 2 more, so you have to unfold these 4. This one here is just a platform. So I've got 1 hydraulic in the center. This one's, there's no mechanical thing holding it in place. It's just everything's going to balance. This is just expanding, and these 2 are totally free falling, so they just need to go in the right spot. We got a little dangly thing here, and then these are going to expand so that the 2 sides come out. And of course, that's where our 2 roads go that we can place. And the pre-placed stuff really is the coolest part of this game, I think. 4th place, top 1%. This level, the phases make it seem like a whole lot is happening, but not really. And I misread it the first time. When this guy gets to this stop sign, you get a hydraulic phase, and then this guy's coming. Not this guy, not the boat. When you're down here, the shuttle comes. And when you're up here, the boat comes. So if you just have a bridge that's going to be all the way down and then move all the way up, you can just ignore the whole level, basically. So yeah, we've got a big bridge, hydraulic here, some ropes over the top. One. Hey, shuttle. Fine. Get him, Fine. Get him. That's my finger. Woohoo! He won. And there's the boat. Okay, speeding it up. Boat is slow. Seventh place, top 1%. So this level, it's a classic polybridge sorting level. A has to go up, then down. C has to go down, then up. E has to go up, then straight. G has to go down, then straight. So this side, it's always going diagonal like this. But this side, you need to have 2 hydraulics so that it can make this shape to go straight across or this shape to go straight across. Other than that, yep, sorting. It's really just efficient use of hydraulics. This is definitely going to be the best on this side, and this one is probably the best on this side. Of course, I don't think I'm number 1 on this level. Yeah, I'm number 4. Number 1's like $900 cheaper. I imagine it's a similar looking thing. This level has something spicy that I didn't think of. So the big innovation for this level is that even though you can't change the pre-placed materials here, you can change the split joints and the hydraulics. So what we have is, okay, these are going down and they're going to grab this. Then we're going to let go of this steel, but we're not going to let go of this. And what that means is essentially the bridge is going to pivot up to about here. Fun. So this car isn't going to go straight across. This car's going to go down. And that means we just have to pick up one side very precisely, and he'll go down and then back up. So this side, it's this funky contraction. And this, just grabbing the one thing. So this level, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if this ends up getting patched, but I also wouldn't be surprised if the devs are just like, oh, well, that's cool. Number 1 by $4. Top 1%. Oh, goodness. What is this level supposed to be? Oh, this is the level where you only get one hydraulic? Do I have a proper looking solution? So this is a level where you only get one hydraulic, so you need to make some sort of contraption that's going to move one side up and the other, well, you know, get both bridges out of the way with one hydraulic. Of course, and you only have 10 roads, which is only enough to go 5 here and 5 here. Well, of course, we've got safety gaps to go under the chopper and safety gaps to go over the boat, and holy crap did I spend way too much time optimizing this. And it's very finicky. Okay. And it's a 3-way tie for first place, of course. This level, I thought that my solution was like one of the more obvious things to try. Obviously, the final version of it right here looks a bit nuts. But the concept I was going for, this is the level where this guy goes across to the stop sign and you get a hydraulic phase and have to raise him up to here. So he goes to the flag. The thing is, he has 10 horsepower for some reason. So my original design, before it had this funky friction brace, was a wood arch that just went up like this. And then part of the arch had these roads just as supports in the arch. So it's going like, so if the arch is like this, these are just two of the components in the arch. This guy goes across and we lift this road up to meet with them and he can just drive up to the flag. And then just whittling it down, eventually I found you can just do this friction brace on the wall and it's okay. There are no static joints. The only static joint you get on this level is if you use the foundation. So this is 0 static joints. Number 1 by 1,000. Top 1%. And this is the level where there's pre-placed hydraulics. You can't move them. So it's all about how you're going to use the hydraulic over here in order to get this bridge out of the way. There's a few things going on in this level. So number 1, we have this pivot point here. So when this pulls, this is going to move over, and that's what's going to pull this bridge up. But also, this looks a bit funky. Let's first just delete this and put a rope. And see this boat. The boat is actually going to hit this. So we leave a little bit of slack so that this can fall down a bit, which brings this down a bit, so this moves up a bit. So actually that gets this road far enough away from the boat that it no longer hits him. I don't know if that was intentional, but just that tiny bit of movement a few pixels over, and now it doesn't hit us. We're also doing a friction brace right there. It's very tough to get this working. Fourth place, top 1%. Oh god, this one's frickin' weird. Let me So you have 2 extra roads, and there's 2 roads here. Now, a lot of people do like this. Or something like this anyways. And then when you're moving these 2 roads, move them up to here. But actually, it's a whole lot easier to get them into position if instead you place your 2 roads like this, and then are just taking these and rotating this 1 point up. So the way this one works, we've got this hydraulic that's attached to an arm here that rotates this point up like that. So these roads, actually only this one clicks in, that one doesn't even need to. And then the 2 roads are braced with hydraulics because all it's going to do is when it's here and it's time for these boats to come, those activate, and it's just going to rotate this out of the way of the boat. And then this little counterweight is just to make sure everything ends up in the right spot. Again, you don't, when you're doing budget on hydraulic levels, you don't really get to add all the guide arms and stabilizers and whatnot. You just have to rely on little gimmicks like this thing to make things end up in the right spot. Does look nice on this one, though. And that is 9th. Top 1%. And that's the world, which means all that's left is the secret world. I might be struggling with it a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. Bun. Bun. Whoa. Bun, get him. Get him, Bun. Show him the teeth. The little bunny twofers. Oh, that's my thumb. Oh yeah, I don't know when the top 1% for the secret world will be out, because it's probably not going to be tomorrow. I am struggling with it so far. Anyways, peace.